Welcome to this episode of Kennedy Saves the World. So I know what you're thinking. We need to hear from Jimmy and Kennedy about how to throw the best Super Bowl party ever. And boy, do we have some tips for you. Jim, last year I really screwed up the ribs.
Did you, though?
I wrecked the rib game, and I had been reading about it because I love meat shows.
Yeah.
You know, it's like whenever there's a meat show and a barbecue show and there's a bunch of dudes in overalls sitting talking about the best way to throw down some meat.
I respect this, but whatever you do, don't Google meat show on your work computer. Just do me a favor. Take it from a guy who's been on the wrong side of that fence from time to time. Wow. And also, when you said screwed up the ribs, as a guy who bets the Super Bowl, I've had my ribs screwed up a few times.
I mean, I'm delighted that the San Francisco 49ers are in it.
Yep.
And I toyed with the idea of going to Vegas with my stepdad, and because we went to the game.
And you saw him lose to the Chiefs. Yeah.
Close game. Niners led 3 of the 4 quarters. My stepdad partied with Urkel.
Oh, I love
and
this.
Cedric the Entertainer the night before. I don't know that his liver has recovered. So when I gave him the option of perhaps reprising, he said, I can't do it.
Well, here's listen, I get it.
So I'm having a Super Bowl party, Jim.
Yeah, the Super Bowl's not nothing. Here's the key to throwing a good party, because I've thrown one at my mom's house my whole life. And the key is to get people there, this beyond food, who have the same attitude towards the game, which means you shut up during the commercials because we want to hear them.
Yes.
Okay, and you watch the game. Okay, you want, as a sports fan, people appreciate your party the most if the game is the focus. The food stuff matters, and we'll get to that. But the truth is, the game is the star. It's the Super Bowl. It's 130 million people watching. Yes. You dig? I mean, just the amount of people human trafficked into the event alone is staggering. I mean, if we're going to take it from a former cab driver who's dropped a few of these people off at the airport, you know? But I think atmospherically, the key to a good Super Bowl party is making sure everybody's on the same page. Commercials come on, shut up. Like my mom's like, shut up.
How important is the food? Because I feel like I've put an inordinate amount of pressure on myself with the
Football
buffalo
food.
Chicken dip. Like, am I okay if I get the buffalo chicken dip from Trader Joe's?
Yeah, you are. Okay, remember this. The game is the star, okay, and you're running a Super Bowl party. You're not running a Bob's Furniture. What I mean by that is, Bob's does too much. It's like, here's my recliner with a microwave and a built-in lawnmower sharpener, and you just wanted to sit in a chair. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Get them wings, get them dip, make your ribs, or whatever it is you want to do.
I'm not doing ribs this year. Not unless someone loans me a slow cooker. Not doing it.
Okay, fair. Well, you can talk to Jenny on the side. You got the wrong Failla for that one. But the point is, football food. You know what we had yesterday for the championship games? It was just my family, like my mom and brothers and them.
No, you didn't.
What do you mean?
That was a week and a half ago.
No, yesterday. Oh, yeah. Well, what I'm saying is there was a Sunday. I mean, I'm a loser. I haven't slept since 1997. But no, you know what we had for the championship games? And I'll tell you this straight up. Okay. Last Sunday, we had over my family. Okay. And what did we have? We went straight forward. Burgers, pretty easy. We made like a freaking sausage pepper with tater tot bowl.
Oh, that's nice.
Pigs in a blanket. Couple of wings. Everybody was thrilled.
Did you make the wings or did you send out for the wings?
I made them, but you don't have to. You can, if you have a local takeout
in New York,
place.
Yeah, there's so much wing takeout because wings are very involved, and you can't screw them up because if you do, people won't forgive you. I still haven't talked to people from last year's Super Bowl party, Brian Yennis, and I think it's because of the ribs.
He's mad because they weren't vegan ribs. I know Yennis. He's a doll. I love him.
He's like, oh, I'm tasting pork here.
But this is the other thing.
Usually seitan and tofu don't read this porky.
But here's another note for the people throwing the party, okay? You yourself want to be able to enjoy the game.
Yes.
And if you're making all of these involved dishes, invariably one of them is going to overlap with a key moment like the national anthem or the game or the halftime show. So you need things that are readily deliverable an hour before the game. You want food served an hour before the game. So when the game starts, the only thing anyone there needs to do is watch the game.
Yes.
Okay?
I love the run-up, though.
Yeah.
How do you think Vegas is going to handle the Super Bowl? Like, is it too much? Like, is there too much prostitution and fentanyl? Will the entire
that's what I think is so funny.
Explode?
That's what I think is so funny is like normally if your city hosts the Super Bowl, there's like 100,000 additional sex workers who parachute into town for the weekend. This is the only time in the history of the Super Bowl that's like the flight traffic hasn't increased. No one's adding flights. There's nothing going on. I think Vegas will be fine. I do think they're going to throw a phenomenal Super Bowl.
Don't go anywhere. More Kennedy Saves the World right after this.
I am not one of those lunatics who roots against Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. I don't care. They're happy. We've had this discussion in the past.
I'm gonna have more of a discussion tomorrow about it.
And you should. Okay.
Because I have some thoughts.
Mhm.
I'm not mad at them.
No.
I'm not mad at these crazy kids. I will outline all of that tomorrow.
That's the right thing to do.
I think you're absolutely right. So I think what we've done as a society is the food is the metaphor for Taylor and Travis. Like, I'm focusing way too much.
Yeah, you don't overthink it.
I'm overthinking everything. It's like I've got double chocolate chip cookies. I've got a cake with red and gold frosting. I've got all this stuff when it's like,
Nobody
really
cares.
should just deliver the staples, maybe some nice guac, and shut up.
The Super Bowl party, it's like throwing a 1-year-old's birthday. The 1-year-old has no idea it's even its birthday or what's even going on at the birthday. The Super Bowl, in this case, the game itself is the 1-year-old. It's just on in your living room. What we do at my mom's, where this party takes place, okay, is it's a potluck. Everybody brings everything. Somebody brings wings. My brother Mike gets 50 White Castles, which is precarious.
I do love a slider.
A White Castle.
Do you know how hard it is to get a gluten-free slider bun?
No, not your friend. We get pizza. I mean, not that the White Castle is your friend. I mean, man, can that relationship go downhill in a hurry? Woo! But we get pizza, we get wings, we get White Castles. Somebody will bring a dip, and that's fine. Dips are great.
I love dip. I love Super Bowl dip.
Yeah, it's great. It's fantastic.
And again, like, it's hard to make it gluten-free, but the classic onion dip with the sprinkly onion bits.
Wonderful. But you don't need to serve it by going through a flaming hoop on a moped. Everyone I know. Thank you.
I know, but also, like, to your point, we all try and make every element. Like, you see on Instagram, these people who make these very complicated dishes, and they do it at warp speed, so it looks like it takes 35 seconds.
Yeah, you've been misled by the time-lapsed Instagram video. But the truth is, the guy getting 83,000 likes for his football spread is having the worst Super Bowl party. Because that's a host who cares so much more about the game, than he should, because the game matters. The Super Bowl matters because it's the ultimate spectacle of, political pop culture. You've got the game, you've got the commercials, you've got the throwback celebrities, you've got the rousing anthem, you've got the America the Beautiful. We have 2 anthems now because things are going so good in our country. You get a black anthem to go with it. Isn't that great? They're like, just get Biden in there. We'll unite the country. We're back to 2 national anthems, by the way. Am I the only one who notices we're going backwards here? But the point is to watch the game and enjoy the game. So don't make it hard on yourself as a host. Yeah. Which will make it easier on your guests.
No, we're going to have to recaucus and do a postmortem next week and really figure out where we went right. Because I'm not going to screw the pooch with ribs.
But you're also being generous and assuming I can be here next week, depending on the outcome of the Super Bowl. I have bet like life-changing amounts of money on the Super Bowl.
This game?
Not this year, but I'm saying over the course of my life. But you don't know. It's been a little bit of a time. The champ could come back off the rails. I'm trying not to pull my jersey out of the rafters.
I was going to say, like, you can't pull your jersey off the rafters. You got to play the teams on the schedule.
I've been living clean, man.
Walk's as good as a hit here, Jim.
It's hard being the shepherd, as Samuel L. Jackson said in Pulp Fiction. I'm trying, man.
Jim, happy Super Bowl week. Happy Swiftie-Bowl, as they're calling it.
So true.
All right, we'll get together next week and we can all compare notes. How exciting will that be? This has been Kennedy Saves the World, along with Jimmy Failla. I'm Kennedy. Double shockers.
Listen ad-free with a Fox News Podcast Plus subscription on Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Prime members can listen to this show ad-free on the Amazon Music app. Oh, go ahead and leave me a review while you're there. I'd love to hear what you have to say. You've been listening to Kennedy Saves the World on the Fox News Podcast Network.